Nobody likes onions. The show everyone loves to hate.
First things first, I'm worried about my niece in Florida. Welcome to the program. Happy Tuesday night. We never do a Tuesday night. So we're doing a Tuesday night. Happy Tuesday night. Welcome to the show. Hey, give us a like before we get started. You're going to hate this 3 minutes in. So please like it now. I'd appreciate it very, very much with the likes. Other than that, welcome to YouTube. It's a program. What else is on, I appreciate you being here. I'm telling you this. Alex is here. Thanks for checking in. I like the people who have started doing checks in the chat. Jay checks, Alex checks. It lets me know you're there, floating around, and I like that somehow. I picture you hovering out there in the ether, being supportive or yelling, depending on who you are. Welcome to the show. I know you have lots of choices. There's that other murder show on Netflix. There's I don't know, there's probably some new food truck thing over on Apple TV. You could, of course, go over to HBO and watch Amy Schumer's friend finger blast herself for an hour and 12 minutes via internet stream. So I know there's a lot of choices, and you're like, why don't I fire up YouTube and watch Patrick Melton, a nobody, never has been or will be comedian, who doesn't even do it anymore. Why don't I go watch him make fun of even less successful, more unstable nuts? I like how every once in a while we get a guy in here who's like, I'm going to take advice from this, and then like somehow frame me up, and it's like, honey, I don't even want to get into the type of person it takes to have this on right now. You fucking psychopaths. Like, if you're watching this, I don't want to know you. The fact that Alex is here is crazy. Go outside, live your life. You're watching internet, grow up. No, I'm kidding, of course. Welcome. We got Tommy Salami in the chat. He's looking for big-titted slobs. You you've had, like, what you act like you have really no standards when it comes to this stuff. But I want to know if you've ever been with a woman who's like, look, here's the problem. When you're young, it might be fun to take home one of the grosser women of our times. Okay? You're drunk. You haven't experienced a lot with your little... By the way, I can't even, I won't be mentioning any kind of... or what we're drinking here, because I got declassified. I got delisted. I got demonetized on my last video for endorsing drug use. Can you believe? As if I would ever. So there's been a big misunderstanding. I'm going to have my lawyer contact everybody about it. Oh my gosh, Laugh After Dark is here. That's embarrassing. That's like your parents walking in on you jerking off. I was talking about sex things. Patrick, your beard looks great. I ran into a scissor. I didn't know you didn't do stand-up anymore. That makes me sad. I found you in through your stand-up clip years ago. Yeah, I used to do stand-up. I gave it up. You know what it is? I've whenever anybody crosses their arms before they do an argument, you can tell that they're about to say some real bullshit. You ever cross your arms before you make a point? You know that you're real defensive. Look, stand-up, some people need that gratification on stage. I heard that some people on a Tuesday night head down and put their name on a ticket and put it into a bucket at it's annoying me so bad, the gap in that board back there. This one right here, this whole thing fell apart and I've got to redo it, and it's annoying me so bad because the lighting coming through isn't, behaving as I would wish. How many roses does Lila charge? Can you guys let me focus on anything? You know I'm impaired. As per YouTube, I clearly enjoy smoking. Thank you for the join, Roger. 16 months in a row, Roger. Supporting this. Gross. But welcome, everybody. I know you've got a lot of choices when it comes to... Oh, God. What should we do tonight, huh? I haven't watched that Will Smith apology yet. I thought we could watch that together, and I could let you know. First of all, where does he get off? As if anyone was sitting around waiting for that to come out. What? Why now? Why would you come out with that now? Did you call me Twinsy, Big Irish J? By the way, Ty Rivera says Big Irish J tells jokes. This might be the biggest scoop of the day. Where's my Vegas comedy drama? Vegas comedy drama, everybody. Limited time only. Come on. Ty Rivera does a new video basically saying, what is happening here? Why is that frozen up? God damn it. This used to be a professional production. Ty Rivera in his latest video says that it is documented, well documented, that Big Irish J steals jokes from Louis C.K. and Patrice, I think he said. So I went Googling, and by the way, as a person who identifies as a big man, I had to let Big Irish J know. I had to say, hey, I am coming after you. I'm doing the research, and I will expose your lies. And I sent him a screenshot of me Googling Big Irish J steals jokes, just to let him know he's being investigated. That's what the FBI would do. And that's what I do. And I searched everywhere. I searched Patrice, Big Irish J. I searched Big Irish J steals, Big Irish J stole my joke. I went on Reddit, jerked off to some teen pics. Got right back to it, though, with searching. Big Irish J horror stories. Big Irish J. But there's nothing out there. And he said it was well documented, so I thought that was crazy. Because if you say something's well documented, I would think it'd be something, we could easily Google. Like, hey, Trix is into tricking people into sending photos of his feet. And look, no judgment on that. By the way, when you hear the stories about the people he tricked into sending feet photos, it's like, not all the baby turtles make it to the ocean, motherfucker. If you got tricked into, hey, we're a reality show. We're looking for comedians who have crazy feet. Are your feet funny enough for TV? Like, what did you fall for? And maybe that's Trix's fix, by the way. You could be like, hey, why doesn't Trix just ask people for consensual feet photos? Or why doesn't he get some stock photo membership? But maybe he has to trick people. Maybe he's into dumb people's feet. Did you ever think about that? And that's a hard to get fetish. I love Trix because he owns it. You know what I mean? That article came out where those guys were like, Trix tricked me into sending photos of my feet. And then all that happened is every one of those guys looked like an idiot and silly. And by the way, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's crazy. That's how it landed. They were like, you sent your photos of your feet to who for what now? I heard Big Irish Jay's not even Irish. He's 5'4". Laugh After Dark says, we come here to get our Las Vegas comedy news fixed. Oh. Well, we are the world. Oh, fuck. I hit the cue too early. This show's falling apart tonight. Can we just reset here? Sorry, I had a very important issue. I've got I'll tell you this much for free. Okay, so we have a Ty Rivera video we can watch tonight together. That's kind of like a family hang. We could watch the Will Smith video. I'm very worried about what's happening on Las Vegas comedy Facebook groups. By the way, am I nuts? Maybe this will be to the detriment of my career. You tell me if I'm nuts. Just be straight with me. Say, Patrick, you're being too hard. Everybody's got to find their own way. Facebook is turning into like just every man for themselves grifting. I don't know what's happening, but it's just like this is in a Facebook comedy group. It's like single moms on the toilet dressed shoddily, just like streaming to the group as if comics are going to want to see this. And it's like, who's your even, is that a sentence? Who's your even audience even? Who's your even audience? I never get that when people like post their flyers, like, we got a show tonight here, come out. But they post it in like a comedians group. It's like, are you trying to get comics to your show? Or are you trying to get audience members to your show? And if you're streaming your podcast to a comedians group on Facebook, what even are you doing though? It's crazy on there. There's a guy. This can't be real. Can we start off like this? Okay. Look, and here's what sucks. These people are in Las Vegas. They're part of our community, let's say. And they're in the business. They're posting in the comedy group. But how do we know what's real and what's Ashton Kutcher hiding behind a divider wall, coming out with a camera going, you've been punked? When there's a guy hanging in an office just like drinking a Slurpee drunk on a stream for 3 hours going, come by, let us, produce your album, We'd love to be your manager, drop your fashion line. It's like, what's going on over there? And by the way, how shitty, okay. How shitty is your thing where you see those guys, doing that and go like, oh, looks pretty good. I'll have one of those, please. Okay, so I know you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I got to find it. And look, this isn't, if it's your first time watching, and that's Laugh After Dark, maybe. This isn't a normal show, so I apologize. I'm digging into it. I'm worried about it because if no one else is seeing what's going on. Okay, so this is a group called Las Vegas Comedy Shows and Open Mics, okay? And then you go down, and it's literally the first post. I don't even know what it is. Okay, that's Skippy Sprinkles. He makes his post every day. It's kind of a part of his ritual. He tells everybody where he's going to be. And you could go, that's insane. It's like, no. On this group, that's the mildest, coolest thing. Skippy Sprinkles letting everybody know where he's grinding and working, and good for him. For better or worse, like him, love him, hate him, leave him. He's doing his thing. He's staying in his lane. Consistency. Okay? What is this guy saying to me about my... Found your Reddit. I hope you know I've jerked off to all your posts from the stand-up shot pictures. Gross. Okay. So back to this. Okay, second post. What do we got? Stand-up comedy at a hookah lounge. Hosted by Chris Clark and Gabe Nolasco. Starts at this. No cover fee. But it's like, again, do you want comics? And look at this. No likes. No interaction on this at all. And again, do you want comics out there? I don't know what this one is. Canary Evans. This is 6 hours. I haven't seen this. What is this? By the way, anything? Oh, no, she was live. She went live in
Sitting on candy, playing with my nose. Square bitches can't stand me, playing with my nose. Hey, what's up?
What is this?
Hey, didn't know your name, so I yelled, hey. Hey, why you didn't put on my sister's song? Skirt.
It says prank calls do-rag, a.k.a. bear, but I don't know what that means.
Shit. Damn, this like paper in the weed. Where the weed at? Nigga, you slacking on your macking.
All right, so does this go into anything? Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes. So she's got to do prank calls.
Oh, thank you, Javon.
Please leave your message for
My dumb ass. I feel like I need to get high. Ha. Tell the bitch.
What is this?
Oh, Lord, they gonna think he gay.
Am I crazy? What is this?
Ain't gonna be no question now. Next number.
And then we just go down to the next thing. This is an empty post, okay? And then we got another advertisement. Oh, here's Delilah. Holy shit, Delilah's doing YouTubes now? I didn't even know about this. Holy shit, Delilah. Get it. Get it, girl. Let's see this. This has to be fire.
Hi. It's corseted comedian Delilah. And I have...
By the way, everybody teases her for that. At least it's a brand. I don't know anybody going by corseted comedian. It's like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid wanted to get rid of the Alex Kool-Aid Ansel. You can't get rid of the Kool-Aid now. You've leaned into it too much. Once you've had diamond chains made to, reinforce your entire persona, you got to lean into it. You have too many stickers. You have too much merch. You got to lean into it. And corseted comedian... I bet corsetedcomedian.com was available. You get real creative What else are you going to do? TyRiveraComedy.com? Go to it. It's really funny. It's my latest prank. TyRiveraComedy.com. We've updated it. I think it just goes to NLO now. Okay, here we go.
Special offer for my fans. Yes. For my freaks and weirdos, I have used panties.
Whoa.
Right now in Las Vegas, it's 115 degrees. I just for you 3 days straight. And the scent is pungent.
She wore panties 3 days straight. And the smell is pungent. And she's going to sell. Yeah, by the way, Tommy Salami, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. I like feet pic of a girl who weighed 350 plus, and they look like a row of burnt cashews. What you're telling me is Vegas is filled with stupid, lazy degenerates who want developed psychosis from amphetamines who would have thunk. Only took them a few years, boys. Look, Tommy, you can't hard pass it. This is, first of all, the breasts look smooth, consistent. I don't know what you're complaining about here. Most comics sell 3-day-old underwear. I don't think she's doing comedy anymore.
And slightly floral, thanks to the poppies.
Whoa. She's got herpes.
Hi, where were we? Yes. Now today, and today only, if you order one of these,
By the way, Delilah's mad at me. She got all mad at me because she's like, I saw a show where you were making fun of me and said that you didn't believe me that Ty touched me. And I said, I've never said that. We all saw Ty brush her hair. If that's the assault you speak of, yes, we all saw it. I said it was kind of a nothing burger. But if you want to file a report, you have every right to. And I respect you for that, for filing a report, not just talking shit. You know, that's the only way this abuse is going to stop. I hate inconsistent boobs. I'm just saying, you know, as far as boobs go, but she's mad at me. She's like, you didn't have my back and da, da, da. And then like days later, she's like, come to my show. It's like, you were mad at me. You talking shit. She's mad at you because she wants your salami and you gave her the cold shoulder. She was sending me provocative photos asking me to get offline so she could come over. What's my address? And I was like, yikes. I identify as an engaged man. You know. So there's a ring on this. There's a ring on this. There's a finger. I can't figure out what D is going for in this scene. She's selling panties. What do you mean? It's pretty apparent. She's telling you she wore them for 3 days. That really limits what you can crank out, though, you know, in product. You can only make 2.33 pairs of these limited edition stank rags per week. Oh, God. I can't even imagine sitting on something in this heat for 3 days and then being like, hey, why don't we go get an evidence bag from the nearest FBI detective and mail this out? Oh, God. Her ass looks so big she probably has shit stains on her pussy. Okay. You've got to stop. This is inappropriate. She's very nice. She was very nice to me. I have nothing bad to say about Delilah. She gets a little carried away and emotional sometimes, but, you know, she's a girl that looks like this, living in a world that acts like you guys. Have you seen this chat? You guys are not like the most well-behaved people. New NLO merch. Grow up. This isn't, that kind of a program. We're on Delilah's side. I just hadn't seen this. She's hashtag Vegas, hashtag start, hashtag share. So this is crazy. Brought to you by inflation. Oh, she's just trying to make some money. She's just a squirrel out here trying to get that nut.
They come in a vacuum-sealed plastic bag where the scent will last 4 months. Money back guaranteed. For $110 today.
When are you going to get the money back?
Get your personally worn pair of panties. And a free gift. What could be better?
If you guys... I don't know how much these are yet, but if you donate enough tonight for me to get these, we'll have her bring them over. And we'll get a bucket up here. And I'll inhale as deeply as possible and we'll just see what pops out. My penis or my dinner? Could be either one. You don't know what I'm into because I could be into some kinky shit. You don't know what I like because I like weird stuff.
Yes.
Organic
This
piss?
is organically, locally sourced urine. Right out of your face.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. We offer 2 sizes. Just for you. And if you're especially
Wow.
and coming out of that pocket, I will personally deliver it to you.
Says 38-year-old California pervert lives in grandma's basement and enjoys people watching at night. What is this?
Oh, yeah. I pay extra for the stains.
Jesus Christ.
Still pungent after 6 months, and I've only gone viral once because of it.
Who are the comics you got to do this? This is a crazy sketch.
Disgraced comedians enjoying their cup of lay wee wee.
Hi, for our special VIP clients, I will show up and read
What is going on?
personally, hot and warm. He has the extra calcium added because I had kidney stones last week.
Thanks for the timeline. Oh, let's go to the chat. Whoa. I'm not interested in crypto. Oh, she put her Cash App up at the end. So you can Cash App her if you're into that. Cash App her. Send her $1. Send her some money. Oh, she likes the money.
Hello, I like money.
All right. So we have let me save you the trouble. Have Irish J wear his shoes for 3 days, walking around Vegas, and then have him take them off and smell them. If she's selling piss jugs, don't try to lowball her. She knows what they are worth. There's a step above Windows Movie Maker. I don't know if Windows Movie Maker has a tall screen plugin. She's putting her crazy out there where everyone can see it. I ain't gonna listen to Robert Bacalari compilation when this inevitably ends in disaster. What is it with this show? We had a guy last week like admitting that he's like into his niece's sex life in Florida. It was crazy. The number of like sex pests in in Las Vegas comedy is truly, truly staggering. Like the number, like it's crazy. Every time, and by the way, why does no one in this scene want to talk about anything? Everybody will post like shit like, if you're a booker who's doing this, and this specific shit, fuck you, and you don't need to da-da-da-da-da. It's like, who are you talking about? What's the end goal? Is it for people to know about this booker and not work with them? Is it for you to get steam off your chest? You little emotional crybaby? Stop posting about everything. Not everybody needs to know. Find one outlet. Me, I have a show where I scream into the internet. You know, you don't have to come here. Beat it. Get out. Nobody asked for you. We get to the bottom of things around here, no matter how boring they are. You remember the Nancy Drew books? That's what this is. Only there's no real mysteries in town. We're just trying to find out who said what. That's what we do. On a legal, friendly, funny basis. We're not trying to hurt anyone. Keep it light, keep it fun, keep it friendly, keep it happy. Positive. We wish the best for everybody. Josh Denny won't stop texting me. Getting to the level of harassment. All hours of the night. You want war, motherfucker. It's like, Jesus, you know, like, get a grip. Get a grip. We're still talking about a podcast, right? And then I noticed this weird flex he's been doing where he's like, he changed his Twitter to, this banner right here. Okay. And then you click on that and you're like, whoa. This looks like a real show. Where was Josh with 70 people? I've done the math. Maybe we can get Moody. He's better than me. I see the back row here. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 rows. And I was like, whoa. And then you look at this pinned tweet now. If this doesn't get you hyped to come to a show this summer, fall, I don't know what will.
Writer, actor, comedian.
So we scroll it back and we find out it's this Anthony Cumia, Gavin McInnes, right wing grift, you know. And you play it. Now it's got almost 7,000 views.
Get fired, get in trouble, be brave, and never stop fighting.
The Cognitive Dissonance Tour. Josh Denny, Gavin McInnes, and Anthony Cumia. Look at this group.
Violent protest over a speaker on campus here.
Fuck you, normie.
He is apparently a Canadian writer, actor, comedian.
He's the co-founder of Vice. Go fuck another vagina, you gross pigs.
Okay, so this is the level of comedy we're dealing with. It's like Gavin McInnes, I don't think is a comic. What is he doing? And by the way, we're throwing in all these like clips of news stories about him from 10 years ago when it was controversial Vice stuff. So I don't know what that has to do with this tour. And him prancing around the stage. By the way, this is a highlight you pulled from his show. Go fuck another vagina, you idiot. It's like, eek. Eek. Yeah, it's bad, man. Here we go.
SiriusXM pulling the plug on Anthony Cumia this week.
You got big fucking tits.
So a girl in the crowd had big tits. She's like, you got big fucking... This is Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's all flashbacks to the radio bygone era of shock jock debauchery. You know? These guys can't fucking catch up, as evidenced by the look of their programs, as evidenced by their talent scouting abilities. Josh Denny is a comedy pilot fish. He swims along behind larger sharks and eats the crawl. But he doesn't even know how to pick good sharks. He's a malnutrition pilot fish, you know, because he's swimming after the crumbs from has-beens. I can't believe Gavin McInnes and Anthony Cumia, two once gods, can't figure out how to put together a modern-day media company. Go watch Josh Denny's next week tonight, what he calls the most savage clip show on the internet. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? What world are you in? And by the way, 7,000 views on this video. You know, you're the guy with 125 plus and growing Twitter fans. Where's the eyeballs? And you never get that many likes on a tweet. And by the way, you know, none of this adds up. 34, 81, 3, 35. What are you... This was atrocious. Remember this one? He retweeted it 3 times. Couldn't get it. He couldn't stop retweeting it. So now he's got a new channel on Minds. I found out that he's doing a podcast on Rockfin. So it's more than we thought even. It's crazy how divided this guy is with his focus. He's got Rockfriend, Minds, Gumroad, Patreon, Censored TV. He's got Jenkum on YouTube. He's got March of the Pigs and Desperation of Josh Denny. He's got the number of platforms. This guy's paid Twitter reach. What's happening? What's happening? And all of the numbers tell you it's not working. So for you to even post this stuff with Gavin McInnes and stuff,
brave and
as if you have anything to do with this, as if you have anything to do with this. These 3/4 of this clip is old Anthony Cumia footage and old Gavin McInnes footage. It has nothing to do with Josh Denny. There's no news footage of Josh Denny being canceled. No one cares. There's clickbait blog articles about it. That's what there is. That's your realm. Okay? That's the area of concern for you. 7 cute pets you should see before you have dinner. And Josh Denny can't stop saying the N-word on podcasts. Same. Clickbait garbage. TMZ, BuzzFeed garbage. Adam Rodriguez points out that there's a song by the Death Grips called I've Seen Footage. Now, I will tell you this. We watched an edition of Next Week Tonight, his other podcast, and my video got flagged for copyrighted music for his theme song. Not this one, a different one. So their whole organization can't stop using copyrighted music in their productions. Patrick, did you play copyrighted music before the show? Yeah, I played copyrighted music before the show. I take it out. It's the pre-show. It's not part of my show. His theme song for the savage clip show of the internet is stolen music. These guys can't stop. It's really crazy to keep living on this fucking 10-year-old pipe dream of we're off XM now. We're going to take it by storm. It's like you took it by storm. Then the tide went out and washed you out with it. And guess what was out there? An old barnacled boat named Josh Denny, washed up, flopped on the sofa. Like an old plastic island of garbage, bumping into your boat. And you go, hey, this is colorful and interesting. Only it's not. You bring it on board and find out it's mostly just held together by calcium deposits and racism. So, okay. Let's see how this all plays out. I wish I wasn't always right about all of it.
Big fucking tits.
Crazy shit, man, crazy shit. I watched that and I said, this chick's too retarded to fuck. You shouldn't do it.
They take anything you say and then fucking twist it around.
This is the part of Seth
just footage
mean before I leave.
Footage from Josh Denny's TV show that had 8 episodes. You know, because it's the only footage there is of him. This is like footage of you eating isn't controversial. If this footage, HD footage of me folding a slice of pizza doesn't get you hyped to come to a show, it's like it doesn't. It gets me hyped to order pizza.
No more filthy. You can't. They think we want to tell those kind of jokes.
Woo! They can't tell you where it is before it airs. They can't tell you can't buy tickets day of. So it's a real weird. By the way, as if trolls can't buy tickets ahead of time. You know. And by the way, what if I buy tickets? What if I just buy tickets with a friend? Can we come out? I'm not planning on causing a scene or a ruckus. I'm very capable of acting calm and emotionless and rational. I'm not reactive and insane. Oh, I want to show you this one more thing on this Facebook group. Hold on. We got a little sidetrack with Delilah. There's this back-end management Claybo guy. Remember? This kind of weirdo. And he posted a video tour of that studio the other day. Like, we're doing artist management. Okay, so this is their flyer. I mean, this looks like an apartment studio. This looks like a PDF the Word suggested use. $20 an hour off. 24/7 music and video. Want to have the best work with you? Some of the best are services. Vocal recording, music studios, mixing and mastering, artist development, photo shoot. And just stock photos of equipment. And then he put networking Mondays, calling all artists, managers, comedians, poets, models, dancers, promoters, actors, DJs. Calling them to do what? That was a video, I thought. Hold on. You need to see the video for that. He was live on this, giving a tour of his studio. It was crazy. It was crazy. Oh, here it is. Hold on.
What's happening, man? The office open, man. Come through. Come fuck with your boy, man. We in here, man, 24 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours, man. We open, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a book. After 12, doors be closed. Before 24 hours, but you got a book, man. Don't fuck with it. Make him get that zo.
After 12, you have to book. But before that, the doors are open. Come down. The doors are open.
Zodiac. You see it, man. Get your Zodiac gear, man. Custom, whatever. Whatever you want on your Zodiac.
Get your Zodiac gear, custom whatever. And it's just a bunch of tiny shirts that say like Aries, Capricorn.
You know what I'm saying? If you a motherfucking Cancer season just, Sagittarius. Aries, you know the Aries is my shit. I'm an Aries. Let's work. Got the clothes. Got the movie dropping, man. Unfinished Business Series 1. We're working on the soundtrack right now. Studio. You know what I'm saying? Get it in.
Okay, the studio is just an open drop ceiling room with this little wraparound, mic booth. His studio is this room. He has people sit in this chair. Here's the pop filter. Here's the mic. And sing into this little egg crate wraparound thing. The studio, is it? Again, I built this with nothing but eggshells and a little bit of Gorilla Glue. Super low effort stuff over here. I mean, it's falling off the wall. Look, it's getting worse. But imagine just sitting a mic at this desk and being like, nah, come through.
Get it in.
Get it in. What is this? What brand even is this? Sterling. So it's this wraparound foam thing that you sing into. Sweet Orange Crush for the win.
You know what I'm saying? We working, man. I'm in the office, man.
That room is just an office room with a drop ceiling, and you're gonna record your album there? What's happening? Where are people getting the money to even rent this office? What's going on? Look what he wrote on the post. Let's work, pull up, network some ideas. Flamingo Studio open, book your session, 24 hours. It's like, what?
Yeah, man. I'm going to show you all this. Look, the door open, man. The door is open. Oh. It's open, man.
That'll be really good in the middle of your album. Can you mix that into my beat? Fucking hell. I like how he's like, the door's open, and he has to like prove it by going and opening the door. Like, see? I bet y'all thought the door wasn't open, but looky here.
Oh. It's open, man, for the public, man.
For the public, dog.
We looking for donations, man. We want to drop something off, man, for the unfortunate.
What the fuck? How many things has this guy got going on? Oh, we're also looking for donations for the unfortunate for the July holiday season.
You know what I'm saying? It's the unfortunate to help the unfortunate out.
He just keeps saying the unfortunate, not a specific organization, which always is a red flag to me.
Hey, man. It's up to done way. Love yourself, kill yourself with stress. Wake up, be bigger than your excuses, man. The only way you're going to achieve something. Hey, man, I'm just letting y'all know, man, the studio open, the office open. You know what I'm saying? We doing business consulting.
Why is he whispering around this whole tour?
You need help on your album, critiquing a song, or
You need help on your album, critiquing a song? I've got a pretty good ear.
In your playlist, anything like that, man, tap in, man. I know music. That's one thing I do know. I definitely know music, man. I know if it's a
You can tell from the studio.
hit or not, man. So tap in with me, man. I promise you, man, by you networking with me, man, I'm gonna spark something in you, man. I'm gonna pull something out you that you probably ain't never know you had in you.
Jesus Christ, is that a threat?
That's what I aim to do with people that surround me. I aim to bring the best out of them, greatness, man. 'Cause they great for being them, so I want them to be awesome. I want to bring. Let's see if we can pull it out you. 'Cause I pull it out me every day, man.
Where, on the bus?
It's up, man. But I'm finna go eat this Popeyes, man. I just wanted to tell y'all, man.
What the fuck?
Hey, I'm in the building now, man. It's up.
I do love some Popeyes, though, for real.
Let's build, man. Pull up. Network.
This guy knows music like Delilah knows merch. Okay. So he's got hot, sweaty tracks?
If you about this business, pull up. Inbox me. Do something. Let's get some money. Let's build. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. You feel me?
Well, I do like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that.
These lights will guide me home.
I know music, and music knows me. And if I know one thing about music, we got a hit on our hands. Okay, I did not mean to click that. So that's what's going on Vegas comedy groups. Just in case anybody thought like any real serious comedy stuff was going. When Ty was a part of those groups, he would post every YouTube video he made there to try to get hits. We had somebody made a tile screenshot of like him posting the same promotion for his videos, like on 30 or 40 comedy. It's insane how much work he put in for those views back in the day, the 200 views and stuff. All right, let's watch the Ty vid. By the way, Ty's quietly gained 1,500 subscribers in the past month. Very quietly. You tell me. People are better at this social blade investigating than me. So you go look at it and see what you can tell me about it. I'd love a report. I know we have a lot of SEO experts that listen. Here we go.
Las Vegas here. We're going to put the spotlight on absolutely anybody that'll let me put my phone in their face, because only 42 people are going to watch this anyway.
So that was an impression and a sick burn from Ty Rivera. Got him. And if you've never seen, what a sick burn looks like, we'll watch it one more time just so you can catch it all.
Lex Las Vegas here. We're going to put the spotlight on absolutely anybody that'll let me put my phone in their face, because only 42 people are going to watch this anyway.
So Lex Las Vegas is like a lifestyle vlogger, nightlife-y kind of guy. He's got a Facebook group, Instagram, all that stuff, and goes around doing that. Like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Like, he gets around, man. Who has the energy? But Ty and him recently had a falling out. So, of course, now Ty has to take to YouTube to talk mad shit about Big Irish J, Laugh After Dark, Tricks, Ian Rainier, and Lex Las Vegas. He apparently this weekend was opening for Tim Dillon, and had to make a video about it. Everything he does, he has to make this weird, humble brag video about it. And they're not even like things to be bragging about. It's like, for 8 years coming up before I even left Florida, I worked with headliners of a greater caliber almost every weekend, year in and year out. I can't even imagine being like, I work with Tim Dillon, so tell me what's what. And it's like, okay. Oh, Laugh After Dark said, are we on the list? No, like he said, he made some post where he was like, oh, I see a lot of people are filming specials with Laugh After Dark. Remember last year when everybody filmed with Laugh After Dark and said they were going to have Amazon specials and it never ended up Amazon? I knew that would happen, but I kept my mouth shut. Keep succeeding, comedy scene, LOL, or something like that. I don't know what he's saying. This guy has a comedy. We rented it. We paid money for it and watched it live. He's got a special on. By the way, and people don't know this, go look at some of the specials on Amazon Prime available for purchase and rental. They're literally not even modern cell phone good. They are garbage. No contrast, crushed blacks. No, that's not a racist thing. Just really, really low budget, low, cheap HD camcorder specials. Anyone can upload anything for purchase on Amazon. Like, literally, I've seen some real hot pieces of shit. So, like, people don't understand the difference between, like, selling something to Amazon and throwing something up on Amazon. Like Prime Marketplace or whatever the fuck it is. And this special that Ty Rivera, by the way, bragged about and then it got put out. It's almost like it was filmed with 6 different types of cameras. They didn't bother to do any color grading. Why would you? It feels like they used the camera audio from every camera. You literally hear the audio cuts with the video cuts. Like, what was this made in? Windows Movie Maker 12? You know, I don't know. Oh God, it was rough. And then like the comics on it. I don't know I just don't know like where people get off. You should hate yourself like me. Hate yourself. Who are you? What do you think you're doing? You think you're good enough for that? What a joke, idiot. I don't know. But that's back before I quit comedy. And now that I've quit, I spend my days floating down lazy rivers and wrestling with my dog. Ty's whole thing is like Lex Las Vegas hangs out with a bunch of people I don't like, so I don't need it. And it's like, a lot of people hang out with a lot of people. We kind of tour. What's his name? Diaz Mackey, his whole rape explanation video. We watched it and kind of tore him apart, really roasted him good. Him and I have seen each other like 3 times. We're very cordial. We talked for like 30 minutes one night, not about anything in particular, just kind of like rambling. And, even if that motherfucker hates my guts to the core, like, you can behave in public and act cordial with people. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is a YouTube comedy podcast. Taking anything I say seriously on here is insane. I'm having a drink and relaxing. This is a fun time. We're not wishing bad things on people. We're not going after people. I had somebody lined up. They were going to go to Tim Dillon's show and record Ty Rivera and stand up and scream out, "Nobody likes onions," in the middle of Ty's set and record it. They'd get kicked out, but we'd get a funny audio, maybe video out of it. And I said, that's not appropriate to do. Don't do that. Don't do it. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Don't go interrupt somebody's live comedy show. That's fucking insane behavior. We're going to draw the line there. We're going to be sophisticated connoisseurs and critiquers of comedy, okay? We're going to have a curated culmination of class. We're not going to do the canned, crass, curmudgeonly, cantankerous crawl that other comedians cater to. Let's not join the cacophony of chaos cascading down, covering us in corruption. Let's conjure up a more cooperative commune. Okay, guys, this is what weed will do to your brain. Okay, but I defy anybody to play Scrabble with me while I'm in this state. Okay, he opened up with a hell of a roast. Okay, good one. Sick burn. Here we go.
Everything bothers him. He's unbothered. He calls it unbothered, but that's what's cute because everything bothers him. He's bothered. I'm a botherina.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Unbothered.
Okay, so imagine you're on tour with Tim Dillon. Now, I like Tim Dillon. Super funny. Tim has no idea who Ty is, when I say that, I mean who he truly is. Tim Dillon would hate Ty Rivera if he knew Ty Rivera. I also want to say, just from a technical standpoint, what we're looking at here is Ty Rivera in a hotel room recording on one microphone into what looks like a Zoom H4n handy recorder. If I know my recorders, and I usually do. This seems to be an H4n recorder. So he's recording into this device. What you're going to hear, I'm not modifying it. It's coming out to you as it's coming into me. Now, there is a little post-processing on the entire feed that gets sent out to you. But I have this cranked all the way up on my board, and it is 92% left channel only. That left channel is severely overmodulated, and it's constantly clipping. What's coming across in the other channel is a little bit of noise and fuzz. So he doesn't know how to crush down a mono file and make it stereo, which, by the way, I don't know how whatever editing program you're using even allows that. You import, you sync up this audio file with your video. The whole point of you recording external audio, I imagine. How does it, you don't know what you're doing in the software, or what is it? How does it come out? You wouldn't even have to do anything. So I apologize for the quality, but this is how it's coming. If you're listening on the audio podcast later on, it'll be crushed down to mono. You won't notice. But the quality's all him. The clipping's him, and the digital interference is him.
Unbothered by Ty Rivera. That's right, it's Unbothered by Ty Rivera. I am in a hotel room right now in Palo Alto, which is about 20 minutes away.
I want to say that he's clearly mixed camera audio here. Now, look, we have master audio technician Robert Lee possibly watching, could tell us. It sounds to me like this is a weird mix of because I'm getting a little bit of that stereo sound to it, surround effect. I feel like there's a little bit of camera audio here, or he just fucked up and it's all camera audio maybe. And that's why it's clipping. This sounds like garbage on fire.
From San Jose, where I'm performing this week.
And by the way, I've done the Laugh After Dark shows, and I've done the Don't Tell comedy shows, two of the best shows in town. And I happen to know pretty well through inside channels at both those places, Ty has applied and wants to do those shows very badly. Don't Tell, I heard he can't leave alone. He can't leave them alone. He wants to do it so bad. And his reputation precedes him. Now, my reputation precedes me a lot of the time, but, who cares? I'm too old. Save yourselves, children. I don't have time to convince anybody whether I'm a good person or not. The camera audio for sure. If you used a mic, there would be a little more of Ty. Yeah, so it might all be camera audio here. This is bad.
Again, with the wonderful Tim Dillon.
But why is it so overmodulated? The camera would do better or he mixed in some overmodulated one channel crap or something, because it's clipping constantly. I feel like the camera would auto adjust for that.
I put my phone on airplane mode, but I must not have turned off the Wi-Fi because I'm still getting...
Because he's probably using a camera, a phone camera. So I couldn't get my iPhone to record audio this bad if I tried.
Bunch of notifications, and I wish that would stop. The shot isn't the best, the lighting isn't the greatest, but it is what it is. We'll all get over it. That was me taking the piss.
No, it's not the Zoom's onboard mics either. They're pointed away from him. I have one of those and used it for years, and that's not what that is.
Say out of Lex Las Vegas. I really don't care one way or the other about Lex Las Vegas. I just don't want to fuck with him. I don't want him.
Imagine being like, I don't care about something I'm making a video about. It's like, Patrick, you're making a video about Ty? Yeah, I care. We're worried about him. Wellness check.
That's what it comes down to. And I let that be known in the long form the other day because in a way there was a part of me that was like, if I could be cool with Lex, I'll be cool with Lex.
You'll always be a part of me.
I mean, and I don't want to be not cool. It's not like, you guys know, if you know anything about me, that I'll talk about people on my podcast real quick or whatever.
Yeah, I think, so the mic is either just for pretend, and by the way, the Zoom... I'm pretty sure the Zoom H4n this should have a red light blinking. It looks like it might be there.
But I will not.
You couldn't get this bad of a sound out of a Shure SM58 and a fucking H4n. Unless you have no idea what you're doing. He has no idea what he's doing. Even then, put it on auto and let it calibrate in real time. What are you doing?
You to go on at people. I don't have anybody that I try to bully on my podcast.
Wow. Okay.
I'll make references to certain people, I guess, at certain points. But not even that. Once I'm done with people, I'm pretty much done with them. And that's the way I feel with Lex. I'll explain what it is. I honestly do feel like Lex is developmentally disabled. And I'm not being rude.
Shots fired.
I really do feel that way after the conversation I had with him and after he posted afterwards. Because it wasn't an attack and it wasn't gatekeeping. But here's the deal. Lex continuously hangs out with people that aren't not only good for,
Don't forget, y'all were cool until a minute ago. Now he's calling you out for something shitty you did. And now he's an asshole. It's the same way with all these guys. It's like Trix is mad at me right now about some shit. That's fine. I'll never sit here and go, Trix isn't funny. Fuck that guy. It's like, that's not genuine. Trix is fucking hilarious. I'm sorry we don't see eye to eye on whatever he's mad about. I don't even remember. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Love you, buddy. I don't know. You've got to whew. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff.
Hey, good people to hang out with. But he hangs out with people that aren't good for the comedy scene in general. Like when one of your main...
It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's a line of bodies longer than the goddamn Oregon Trail of ex-friends of yours who are willing to testify. There's a reason my private message box is full on the weekly of crazy shit you have done, are doing, and continue to do. Threats from you. Insane shit. You know why there's no screenshots of threats from me to people and insane backroom deals? There ain't none. There ain't none. Live a life worthy of God, His Majesty. No, I'm kidding. But God's fake. But seriously, act right. Act normal. Be a nice person. Do unto others. It's really all you need, Ty. This is madness to spend part of your weekend away, lonely in a room. Not even Tim Dillon wants to hang out on your podcast. Pretend to be friends more. Pretend to be friends more and can't get Tim Dillon on your podcast. Mark Maron's been on my podcast. Bill Burr's been on my podcast. Patrice O'Neal's been on my podcast. Bob Saget's been on my podcast. I'm killing them softly. The mic bay may not be working. And the thing on the table is recording him. It's not, I'm telling you, it's too hot. It wouldn't be clipping from that far away. I own this exact piece of equipment. It doesn't work like that. That's not what's happening. Whatever's happening is crazy.
Friends that you hung out with the most is a person that wasn't paying comedians after offering to pay comedians. And
don't forget, Ty allegedly stole $1,200 from Ralph Tutela.
Had to have a big situation about it. And I know Lex knew, because the other night when I brought that up to Lex, I was like, you continued to hang out with that person after you knew that they weren't paying people. And he was like, I didn't know they weren't paying people. And I was like, I told you they weren't paying people. Not only did I tell you they weren't paying
everything Ty Rivera tells you, you're supposed to do. I told you they were a bad person and you're still hanging out with them. It's like, okay. I didn't realize you were my dad. Thank God for people who hear that I'm a bad person and still stick their neck out for me. Fuck. The few and the brave. Ty Rivera works a lot more than I work. At least the past 2 years. But that's what happens when you quit comedy. But the more I watch him, the more I vomit in my mouth and don't want to do comedy. If this is what it is. Just him telling stories about other times he was shit to people.
people. I told you in front
we're lighting up some of the devil's lettuce.
Trez and Jack when we were all at Chunkla's one night, and everybody heard it. I was being me, which is like this, at this volume, maybe even a little louder at points, because Lex was trying to deny it back then, where he was trying to make excuses for the person. And it's like, no, that person's just not paying. That person is still upset about whatever, but I don't pay attention to anything from that person, because once somebody doesn't matter to me, they just don't matter to me. That's what it is. So you can post about me all you want on social media, whatever you want to do, feel free to do it. I'm not paying attention in the least. It's like you're a complete non-issue, especially...
I mean, this queen can't forget that I made him. No one was paying attention to him. No one. There are comics here who have heard of him before, but other than that, nobody's paying attention to this guy. 70 views, 30 views on every video. Now, by the way, all the 40,000 view videos have dried up. He ran out of money. His shorts can't even hit like that now. And he's quietly packed on 1,500 subscribers, but no real recognizable view in the metrics when it comes to hits. So what's going on? He doesn't remember. I've upped the keyword searching on Ty through YouTube. More people find me through searching for Ty Rivera on YouTube than him. We're out to expose these bullies in the community. Honestly, like, you don't even have to do anything to Ty. Watching him just handle life. Again, this guy would be a reality star. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I live a quiet, humble life. This guy's nuts. Nuts. Oh, gosh. I can't wait for Halloween. We know you're going to dress up as Ty. I will not. I will not. How dare you, sir? How dare you? I got to go to New York in a few days, and then I got to go to London. I'm going to Edinburgh to do the festival and check on my other show. Then I'm going to go to Liverpool. Then I'm going to go to Lake Tahoe. Patrick, do you ever think you'll go back to San Antonio, Texas? The company that booked... Well, it sucks because I headlined it once. I just started headlining that club. And the company that booked it back then was Coastal. And then I hadn't worked for them in years, and Coastal doesn't book it anymore. If you know who books it or how I can get in there, please let me know. Because I was headlining River Center and LOL in 2014. And I would love to get back in those clubs. If you got a club near you... Susan Thompson was going to help me get into some places. I got to really reignite my comedy career and show these motherfuckers what's what. JK, I'll probably just microwave a burrito. What are you guys up to?
If you're a person that doesn't pay, if you're a person that pays and has some money, I'll be honest, I'll probably put up with you for a while. But if you're a person that doesn't pay, persona non grata. You completely do not exist to me. That's the one thing that I will always just be like, yeah, no money, no time. Then he hung out with Delilah, which, you know, it's like, even Delilah, I don't care about her. I saw her the other night at Wise Guys, and at first I was trying to remember who he played football for when I first saw him. And I was like, oh shit, that's Delilah. Mistaken identity, I have a bad memory. I don't even watch football. But anyway.
Hook it up, Alex.
Delilah, after he knew what she was doing.
And this Tom Symes, you know, stir crazy. Is telling Alex, like, yeah, have him send in clips and stuff. And it's like, I have. Check your email. So, I don't know, you know, all these guys. And by the way, that Tom Symes guy knows who I am and likes me. I just want to say that. For a fact, I know that. So, he can pretend like he doesn't know who I am. I know better for a fact. He does, and he likes me. So get it going, Alex. You're my manager now. We're going to be huge, you and me. I'm putting some stuff together for Florida, too. Oh, God, kill me.
Which, if Delilah was just a personality and being kind of disruptive, that's one thing. But when you're actually trying to hurt a business, actually trying to take money out of the comedy scene, like, that's where I'll stop you. That's where I'll be like, yeah, you're another person that just doesn't need to be around, and definitely not the type of person that I'm going to encourage. Then he's hung out with some other
10%, 15%. I don't know what's fair.
Like, yeah, why am I around you?
Open and sell merch.
Why are you around me? Because I'm not around Lex.
And you get a percentage of the merch.
The way that I move, I sit in one spot usually. I'll say hi to people that I really care about. I mean, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like most of you.
Get me? Can we get me, Big Irish J, and Alex Ansel on a stage? I'm sure we'll have to get OSHA involved. And we just call it the Biggest Boys of Comedy Tour. Who's bigger now that Ralphie May's dead? You know, I don't know. For someone who says he doesn't give a fuck, it sure sounds like a lot of fucks here. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Give a healthy fuck about everything, I guess. You got to treat life. Life goes pretty quickly. If you don't stop and smell the Ferris Bueller DVD, did it ever fall in the woods?
If I really have a relationship with someone, then I'll run over and say hi to them. But for the most part, I'll be kind of stationary. And if I see you and we say hi, then I see you and we say hi. But I'm not a big...
I'll see you when we get there. If we ever get there.
Hug them and all that shit. And that's what Lex always does with me, is he always wants to do the bro hug. And what people like Lex need to understand is Lex is trying to be an influencer on some level, and Lex is trying to be a promoter on some level. But for me, Lex is not any kind of social currency at all. There's nobody that I know that is talking about Lex Las Vegas, cares about Lex Las Vegas.
It's like, who cares? Most people aren't talking about anybody in Las Vegas, including Ty Rivera. It's like, I talk about Ty Rivera, and Ty Rivera talks about everybody. It's just a feedback loop. No one's paying attention to any of this, Ty.
Where he was performing with Joe Rogan.
This is like a cool, calm, relaxing evening. We're having some drinks. It's fun. This isn't real life. You're angry at comics every fucking week.
I didn't see him taking pictures with Brian Simpson. I didn't see him putting a spotlight on Joe Rogan. I didn't see him chopping it up with Tony Hinchcliffe, who I've known for years and we're friends. So,
this is how new... I look at it from a totally different perspective just because I've been around for goddamn ever. This motherfucker's bragging about knowing Tony Hinchcliffe. It's like he thinks like Tony Hinchcliffe and Tim Dillon are like the guys. And by the way, everyone hated Tony Hinchcliffe's special. Every comic hated it. Said it was garbage. I can't speak for Tony. Tony seems like a nice guy. I don't know. Everyone hated that fucking special. Ugh.
The other day when I was having to edit that video for the delivery,
having to.
When she was doing that interview with that person, the person she was doing the interview with was like, I don't know.
He always acts tough, and then again, there's so many of these people in the Vegas community. They go, this person and that person. They'll make posts and posts and posts. This person did this and that person did that, and don't act like this if you ever do this specific shit. And it's like, just call people out. Call people out. CF pipes up and says, to be fair, in the timeline of Facebook posts versus this video, both Ian and Lex called out Ty on Facebook first this week. Ian went off on Ty's piano player and Lex posted some shit about negativity. What do you think sparked that, though? Something sparked that. Both those guys didn't simultaneously coordinate an attack, like Byzantine generals. I mean, yeah, I'm sure from your perspective they attacked first. We don't know what happened off the internet. It sounds like some shit went down at Wisecrackers.
Why Ty doesn't hang out with anybody that's done more than him in comedy or somebody that would be considered...
Because anybody who does more than you knows you're a joke and doesn't fuck with you. The only people who are still S-ing that D are open micers.
Like a peer, and it's like, who would I hang out with on the Las Vegas scene? One, and two, if I'm going to the open mics, then I'm likely to hang out with the open micers. So,
I mean, that's true. All you do is go to open mics. You're banned from every club in Vegas except Wisecrackers, Wiseacres. So, who would I even hang out with? He's so high in it's insane. I think I'm garbage. This guy thinks he's Jesus.
that statement doesn't even make sense. Like, if you think about the actual comics that are in Las Vegas, who I do know and I'm friends with for the most part, aside from like Trix, who I called out for stealing jokes, trying to steal jokes, and then Big Irish J, who, you know, is in cahoots with Trix because him and Trix trade spots. And Big Irish J, if you guys didn't know, does jokes from Patrice O'Neal and Bill Burr. That's been well documented by other comedians. It's been
okay. Bill Burr
smoke weed every day.
Did not mean to hit that button. So he says it's well documented from other comics. Big Irish Jay steals jokes from Bill Burr and Patrice O'Neill. And Big Irish Jay's in cahoots with Tricks because they both steal. They get together and plan joke stealing meetings. Didn't he talk about hanging out with AJ and how good they were good friends until they've had a falling out like a week ago? Yes. He will talk mad shit about you the minute he has a falling out with you. All loyalty goes out the window. And it's why the credibility of the man means nothing. When he tells us somebody's really funny, it's why when he does his like top 5 up and coming comics in Vegas, he's like, oh well, these are the top 5 up and coming comics, and my word means a lot. Same thing, remember? I wouldn't take just anybody on the road. Meanwhile, he makes posts all the time like, anybody have a car and 5 minutes of material? Please feature for me this weekend. He's desperate. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So let's wind it back here one more time.
Discussed, and Big Irish Jay, if you guys didn't know, does jokes from Patrice O'Neill and Bill Burr. That's been well documented by other comedians. It's been discussed. And so, yeah, I don't want to hang out with people like that.
Yeah, Ryan Barassa, he hangs out with these losers. These losers who are toxic bad people. Ryan Barassa is a lying, harassing person. I heard that he harassed his ex-girlfriend. And like these are the guys who white knight and pretend to be feminists, by the way, too. I talk mad shit about women on stage. I would never hurt one in real life for anything. Ryan Barassa is still his friend. That's next week's episode. Can't wait. And Casper, this poor Casper kid, is just gonna get shot out the O-ring of Ty's rectal cavity the minute he fucks it over. This is a train wreck that you can't stop watching crash over and over. It's like a kid when you were a kid. Your kid used to have a train, and they would go like, and then pull it back and do it again. That's Ty's whole life and career. It's like, in the 2 years I've started shining the light on your behavior, you've lost access to every paying club you had in town. You're relegated to hosting open mics at the only club you're allowed at. And that's just an occasional gig for $25 and some wings. You're emailing desperately to the hot shows in town trying to get on them and can't. Meanwhile, chastising everyone from a Thai restaurant where you run an open mic while people try to eat their dinners. Who are you bowing up at? You're not fooling any of us. Like, we all have access to the same stuff. Like, we're all watching a man on a weekend away working for a top tier headliner fuss about in his room with a recorder that he can't get to work. So here we go.
There is no social currency for me in those comedians anyway. Like, if you think about it, Tricks, I've done more than Tricks. I'm a better comic than Tricks. So why would I be worried about hanging out with Tricks? Tricks is no status symbol to me in the least.
He's not done more than Tricks. He's not done more than Tricks. These are just lies. I'm sorry. Tricks is a list of very esteemed credits. And then the Keenan thing.
Then Big Irish Jay, yeah, a hack, that's one thing. And none of this is to be mean, it's just the truth. Big Irish Jay, if you watch him, it's very hacky, it's very, I apologize for being white. Okay.
Maybe he hasn't seen the blacks joke, huh?
Great, 2015. Glad to know you're still apologizing for being white. And so I don't really roll with people like that. I roll with people when it comes to stand-up.
Imagine sitting up here trying to gaslight us all into being like, I don't roll with people like Tricks and Big Irish Jay. I roll with classy people. Y'all want me? I'll be over here with Casper and Skippy Sprinkles this week. I'll be over here with David Hewlett this week. And then a new person rolls into town. Remember what Ty does to him? Go see the video if you haven't. Where he harasses this 21-year-old kid first time doing comedy. So, you're going to be around? Yeah, how about I give you a little extra help in the parking lot after the show? Full-on sexual harassment. If that was a straight man on a straight woman, it would be the end of a career. Ty gets away with it because gay. It's like, this guy's not a good person. It has nothing to do with me being a straight white male and him being a gay Mexican fairy. It just is. A person can just be a bad person. And I don't know how much evidence, we can amass as an organization here at The Onions to prove just how corrupt this is.
Even if maybe they haven't done as much stuff as me in certain cases, and in some cases have done much more than me.
Can't we speed this up? Didn't we figure out how to do that? Yeah, let's go fast.
About what Tony Hinchcliffe has done and Brian Simpson has done. Brian Simpson,
yeah.
Joe Rogan experience, I think 3 times now. We've been friends for a long time, though, all the way back since LA. I featured for him the first time he ever headlined.
Brian Simpson, never heard of him. And by the way, I don't care if you have. It doesn't matter. It's like when Casper the other day was like, I've never even seen you do a set. It's like, imagine me not being able to sleep tonight because Casper hasn't seen me do a set. Gagoosh. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, that's not an insult. I've never even seen you. It's like, great. There's a billion comics.
Which was at his home club, or one of his home clubs in San Diego. Madhouse is his home club, I believe. But we did American Comedy Company together, like I featured for him. And so when it comes to Vegas comedians, the two most notable comedians or most legit comedians in Vegas, which would be Butch Bradley and Brett Ernst, I'm friends with both of them. We're not hanging out, but I'm not really hanging out.
He thinks he's on the same tier as Butch Bradley? Are you fucking high? And by the way, Butch Bradley owes me $1,200 plus interest for 7 years now. But you're crazy. He's probably the best, not household name comic, the biggest not household name comic in town. He's got a 4-night a week, 5-night a week residency. I don't know. I guess you can call it a strip club. I don't count the Strat. Just killing it. And by the way, been running for years, award-winning. Don't try to lump yourself in with that. You tried to run a fucking residency for 2 straight weeks at a soup kitchen in the deep, deep strip. You couldn't round up enough fucking vagabonds who wanted 3-bean salad enough to sit through a show of yours. Angie Crumb took a call in the middle of it because you suck so bad. We have the video. We have the audio. It's up on YouTube for free. You tried to sue me for it. You lost. Everything about you is a fraud. Everything about you. Don't even bring up Butch Bradley's name in the same breath as you. You're delusional, bro. You're delusional. Can't you get any of the people on the show that you're... Yeah, it's like, where's Brian? Where is this guy Simpson? Where is this guy Tim Dillon? They don't want to hang out with you. You're in your hotel alone. By the way, look how dirty a hotel gets in one day with you. Where do you even buy chocolate chip mint pop filters, pop screens?
Guy, and as far as I know, they're not really hanging out either. Like me and Brett Ernst, I've known him since LA as well, and we're very friendly when we see each other, but we've never hung out like that. So I don't know why any of that would...
Weird brag!
Like a situation, but the people that actually matter, I'm cool with. Then you think about like Landry.
The people that matter, I'm cool with. Like Ryan Barassa.
Spencer James. Who else is in Vegas that's really noteworthy, that's working a lot or done a lot of stuff. But you take those two. Landry, I convinced him to move to Las Vegas. Trix, technically, I convinced him to move to Las Vegas. Big Irish J, he was on the fence and he hit me up, and this was before he lived in Vegas, and I told him to move to Vegas. So when people...
Wow. So he's taking credit now for tricks. He's taking credit now for Big Irish J. This is unprecedented. What are you talking about? He acts like this comedy mentor, but everyone you talk to has horror stories about the guy.
People like Lex Las Vegas, which I know I'm talking about somebody else right now, but just to get back to the Lex Las Vegas thing, when people like Lex Las Vegas talk about, I'm a disruptor. No, you're not a disruptor. You've done nothing but go along with the established system. I'm a disruptor, and this isn't about a competition thing.
I mean, who cares? You got Lex Las Vegas out there doing his thing. Let him do his thing. This doesn't have anything to do with that. Like, you're just picking him apart now because you guys aren't friends. You had no problem with it before. And by the way, you showed up in all his videos and posted for all his shit.
But if you think about the definition of a disruptor and what a disruptor is, completely changing the system, I have completely changed the comedy system in Las Vegas. That's 100% true.
What?
People that were getting a lot of work with
I completely changed the comedy system in Las Vegas, he said. How did you change it? Oh, yeah, before you got there, Ty Rivera was allowed at every club in town. Now he's not allowed at any? Is that how you changed comedy in Vegas? That's a laughable statement and claim right there. Woo!
Like Gooch, like Jaws, like the people that were getting respect for no reason. I completely made that so it's not a thing anymore. Yeah, you see them every once in a while, like the Ghost of Christmas Past, but they're not.
It's like, I think Gooch has the show back that he lost for allegedly slapping you. Yeah, it's changed for the better. What are you talking about?
Doing anything that's noteworthy, and anybody that's kissing their ass is stupid for doing so and must just like kissing ass. But we're not going to get into Fitzy right now.
He hates Jocelyn. He hates me. He hates Big Irish. He hates fat people. He admits this all the time. He hates fat people. You know, people don't realize what a marginalized group we are.
Fitzy, like, I really don't care about him one way or another. I joke about him.
Why bring him up? He's bringing up all these people. A minute ago, he's talking about like people at his level, and now he's just bringing up Fitzy again. In a minute, he'll be on about Bobby and Crystal. How dare you go, oh, I'm worried Lex Las Vegas might be mentally challenged. It's like, have you had a checkup lately? You can't focus on anything. Again, these are all, he edits all these videos. That's what's crazy. These videos are actually produced and edited. Ugh.
He's one that I'll mention occasionally on my podcast, but it's just because I don't think you guys understand. With Fitzy, you are witnessing his prime right now. Like, it's not going to continue to elevate. If you watch just his level of comedy, which is all I really care about with anybody, is their level of comedy. Because for me, it's not about status or anything like that. If you know who I hang out with on the scene, like chat with on the scene, I should say, like Carlos Anthony, Penny Prince, some of the other comedians that are working more and that I hang out with when I'm out in public, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like,
those guys dap me every time I see them. Are you going to get mad at them now? Every time I see Carlos Anthony, I say hi. He's very, very nice. Uh-oh. Now what? I owe you money. Remember how you told YouTube that I was cutting into your profits because I was stealing your content? And I said, sure, just show me how much money you normally earn and how much you earned on the ones I covered. And I'll happily pay you the difference. And then the claim just disappeared all of a sudden. Because it would be embarrassing to be like, I do need the $1.17. You get caught in this kind of shit all the time, man.
When it comes to Penny, I've never hung out with them outside of the comedy scene. When it comes to Carlos, I've never hung out with them outside of the comedy scene.
No shit.
Hang out outside of the comedy scene type of person anyway, and I don't think they are either. Most comics are.
I'm not a hang out outside the comedy scene kind of person to begin with anyway. Let's not forget. When we met the guy, he was having people over on his podcast all the time. Friends. Claire Hawley moved away. Andrea Vikramson doesn't do his show. I'm not a hangout person anyway. What? You brag about dinners with friends. You just bragged about hanging out with Carrot Top and Tim Dillon the other night. It's like, do you think we're dumb? We actually listen to what you say. You just showed us a picture hanging out with Carrot Top. I'm not a hangout kind of guy anyway. What? Okay.
Like a lone wolf and about their business. We're not trying to just be out there all the time, just hanging out for the fuck of it. Like even some of the newer comics that I hang out with, some of the open micers, which was one thing that Lex had a problem with, was I was talking about. At first, I wasn't even talking about him. I just mentioned because he mentioned something about me and other people, and I was like, yeah. When's the last time you've seen me argue with an actual comedian? I was like, everybody I argue with has been an open
Delilah, weeks ago, it resulted in a police report. Next question.
micer. And then he was like, well, I don't really like to categorize like that. Yeah, well, if you don't know how this business works. And if you're really going to say you're a disruptor, which is one of the things he said to me, I'm a disruptor. No, you're not. You're not a disruptor. Stop saying that. You don't know what the word means. But if you're really going to be a disruptor, you have to realize what the established system is and then go in and change that. That's the way being a disruptor actually works. Like me, I spent forever keeping my mouth shut, just doing stand-up. And then at a point I had opinions, and boy, did I ever have opinions. But anyway, so then that's...
No. Go back and look at his own Facebook timeline. If anybody fucking disrupted anything, it was your boy. He was walking around pounding his chest, and everyone from the likes of Lindsay Glazer to Big Irish J himself were like, no, you're wrong, Patrick. Ty's a good, solid, stable dude. And I said, okay. And then weeks went by, and you were no longer useful to him, and he turned on you. He did it. I mean, how many times do we have to list all the fucking names? Jill Kimmel, Matt Markman, Brant Tobler, Jocelyn Sharp, Gooch, Big Irish J, Delilah, Ian Rainier, Adam Dominguez, me. Like, it never ends, this list. It never fucking ends. People you've never heard of, Bobby and Crystal. You know, he just talks mad shit about you the minute he's done with you. Before, you were his good friend. The minute you have a falling out, you were shit. You were never funny anyway. You're too good to hang out with them anyway. It's like, what a weird way to talk about people you once called friends. And by the way, now we don't believe you either way. When you say someone's good, I don't believe you. When you say someone's shit, I don't believe you. I know that it's all based on your super reactionary emotions. You know, you're not a guy who can regulate what's good and bad. You don't have the capability. You're an emotion producing, knee-jerk, reactive son of a bitch. Like you're in a hotel room having a mental breakdown. It's like, you got to get it together, buddy. You got to shake it up.
This is bullshit. And so I changed the way a lot of things work. LA Comedy Club has completely changed because of a lot of things that I said. Matt Chavez, I think is...
You're not allowed there. You're not allowed there.
I changed the way a lot of things work. LA Comedy Club has completely changed because of a lot of things that I said. Matt Chavez, I think, is one of the dumbest people in showbiz adjacent, and I don't care about anybody like play.
Wow.
I don't think he would care either because he's not smart enough to know that what I'm saying is 100% legit. That's why
you don't even know what you're wrong about.
Time when Matt Chavez,
where's that guy?
Our relationship, tried to talk to me about stand-up. I just looked at him like he was stupid, and then he tried to call me out to his fiance. When his fiance got there, he was like, "Yeah, I was just talking comedy with Ty," and he looked at me like I was stupid. I'll never do that again. And his girlfriend looked at me, and I was just like, "Yeah," and because it's true. Like I just don't like when I don't know why club owners get so offended by that, but club owners will tell you that you don't know how owning a comedy club works, and that's something I would agree with 100%. I do not know how owning a comedy club works.
Come on, man.
But then they'll continue to tell you that they're an expert in what you do, and you're just like, no, you're not. Like you barely even know what talent is. Like a lot of the people that do LA Comedy Club, even right now, a fair amount of the headliners that he has, and I could name names, but
Somebody pull, it's great. There's a video Ty put up. I think it's that Karen video from Phoenix where he does like 2 times. He does like, talks about, I was doing a show last night and the woman in the audience said this. And then Louis C.K. did Andrew Schultz's podcast today. And Louis C.K. was on there and said, if you ever do that, if you're ever like, one time I told that joke in Duluth and the woman said this. Said, if you ever do that, you're a hack. It's over. You're out of stuff. And Ty does that a lot. A lot of what he does is like talking about a time when the joke worked or reminding everybody of an event that occurred where he was funny. Like it's Josh Denny. It's that same Josh Denny move. It's hilarious. But Louis C.K. literally calling comics out for that, like saying like you're just out of stuff.
I'm not trying to be shady like that right now, but it's like, yeah, these people don't work anywhere but LA Comedy Club. Like, they're not around that much. Anyway, so when it comes to Lex Las Vegas, just to wrap that up, he's always hung out with people that I don't care for. He doesn't understand how comedy works. He'll think that comedy is supposed to be like WWE, and he doesn't realize that I use my podcast to call people out just so that everybody will see that they're lying about certain things that they say about me. So this is meant as my own.
I use my podcast to call people out so everyone will know that all the people saying things about me are lying. Imagine he doesn't even process that he had to say that. It's like, imagine if I did a podcast where I had to go like, the only reason I do a podcast is just to tell everybody out there who's saying all those lies about me that they're lying and I'm the right one. It's like, I've never, lie about me all you want. It doesn't, Here's the thing. What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, I'll start a weekly podcast where I straighten out all the lies. It's like, imagine having so many lies and so many enemies, you have to do that. LA Comedy Club is completely the same as ever was. Gooch is the guy who gives you the stamp of approval to be the host, open, or occasional feature, while comics from other places come into headline. I mean, Gooch was never the guy booking it when I was headlining it. Okay, here we go.
Like, put this out there. Like, if people have been hearing that I'm saying this and I said this and I got an argument with that person, let me tell you the actual story. Because even though people will...
It's like, if people hear that I said this and I said that and I was arguing with this or I got in a fight with this person, then I need to clear up that story. It's like, and you do, twice a week. Imagine having this much drama. I wonder why clubs don't want you around. I wonder why producers don't book you.
Talk shit about me every once in a while. People know that I don't bullshit about the
Say whatever you want. I have my drama. I don't drag it with me to clubs. I don't go to clubs and start shit. Matt Chavez, Butch Bradley has a problem with me. I don't go down to LA Comedy Club and antagonize them. You go to shows, sit in the front rows of your enemy and try to start shit. You're not a good person, Ty. It's completely different. It's completely different. For the guy who pretends to tell people he's professional.
happen, and nobody ever calls me a liar. They just call me an asshole. That's what it is. And so even when you call me an asshole, you're deflecting, because it's like, well, was I telling the truth about what I said or not? It's not about whether or not I said it in a nice way. It's about, was I telling the truth or did I lie?
Lie. You lied.
People just are like, well, he wasn't very nice. He could have said it differently.
Let's bring up the counter, huh?
So you rephrase it, still in the truth, and then go ahead and admit it, because it's just what happened. So when it comes to Lex, we're sitting there and we're talking about whatever, because at first he brings up the thing with AJ, which, just to tell you the thing with AJ, I really don't care about AJ at all in any way, even a little bit. Like, on one of the last times I talked about him, I said if he wants, I'd be willing to have him back at Ocha at some point. I don't want to be friends with AJ on any level. I don't respect the way he moves. The other night I had come in from...
I don't respect the way he moves.
Had to pick him up. I slid into Battle Roast at Wise Guys. Congratulations, TC Morgan, on putting on your show. We're supposed to do another one, I think, at the end of August. And that had been in the works for several months, and TC had let me know from the beginning that he wanted me to be one of the judges. I judged with Carlos Anthony and Penny Prince, who I just mentioned a minute ago, and it was a super fun time. But Trevor James, who I've talked about before, and AJ, they have been planning to battle for a while. They've had plenty of time to write jokes, and when it came time for their battle, it just wasn't good. And I love comedy enough, and I wanted to see TC's show go well enough that I don't care about my personal feelings for AJ at that point. I'm just there to judge. Now, it did get on my nerves that I got mentioned in their battle. One, because I had told Trevor James ahead of time when we were on the phone together that I was not going to say anything negative about AJ. I was just going to do what I had to do as a judge. Like, I wasn't going to come after AJ. So I think that Trevor can feel however he wants about this. If he wants, he can get on my phone. He knows how to get a hold of me. We talk on the phone every once in a while. It's been a couple of days since we talked on the phone.
Imagine calling Ty and dealing with that.
But I did not appreciate that he didn't get the message to AJ and just say, hey, don't reference Ty because he's not going to reference you. Because that's the way I feel the most professional thing.
Wow. It's a roast. It's a roast. You went down to a roast where AJ was, a guy you have recently fucked over. And you said, I'm not going to do any AJ jokes. So tell AJ not to do any jokes about me. And then AJ shows up ready for a fucking roast. And I imagine skins you alive. And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't prepare anything. Also, I'm not quick enough to come up with anything off the cuff. This is unprofessional. And you're going to say it's unfucking professional. It's a roast. It's a roast, hot dog lips. We're coming for you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What world? What world? You know? Fucking hell. Jesus. Like, that's one of the craziest fucking things I've ever heard. Wind it back.
Every once in a while. It's been a couple of days since we talked on the phone, but he can get a hold of me. But I would say that he didn't get the message to AJ and just say, hey, don't reference Ty because he's not going to reference you. Because that's the way I feel.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch, dog. You can't battle somebody. You can't go live. You will have your fucking lunch handed to you. That sound you're hearing is the goddamn goalposts moving. Jesus fucking Christ. What a little bitch baby. If I'm on a roast with you, I'm coming for your dead sister, you son of a bitch. It doesn't matter if you're on the fucking dais, if you're the one being roasted, or if you're running the fucking lights from the back. I'm coming for you, Lego hair. I'm coming for you, Habitrail Heine. We're doing it. What the fuck? I thought it was very unprofessional to bring me up during a roast when I didn't write any jokes about him. Why would you do that to me? I didn't attack you. Why would you attack me? We're at a roast and I'm a pro comic. I'm not a you. All Ty can rely on is racism and leaning on his sexuality and promiscuity. That's it. So when he can't do that, you can't go toe-to-toe. You can't box with a real comic who can write shit. Because you haven't done it in so fucking long. Every basic bitch-ass joke about yours, from Chick-fil-A to Mexicans building the wall, which you still do in 2022, after multiple comics have fought over it. You're a hack of a hack. Keep Big Irish J's name out of your mouth, you fucking hypocrite. Jesus.
Most professional thing to do is at that point, because I legitimately don't like AJ. So if I really talk about you, I'm not going to be nice about it. I'm not going to say anything. Like, all I did was bring up the fact that he owes me money. And when it comes to AJ, until he gives me that money back, which I understand, I'm not worried about the money. I don't care if he doesn't get it back to me. But until he gives me that money back, if he decides to, he should have nothing to say to me at all. There's a saying that my friend used to say, it's when you can pay your way, you can say your way. Other than that, keep your mouth
shut. There's a saying that my friend used to say.
I didn't let you take more money that you didn't deserve before you moved on.
If you see a Ty, kiss him. Bye-bye.
I told him that he never had any money. It was in a pizza situation that happened at Evil Pie. And he can tell you the story himself if he wants to. But it's like, that's...
You know what I mean? Nobody else is having pizza situations. And that was because of an altercation. There was a situation at Evil Pie, the pizza place. It's like the rest of us sane members of society are out here having situations. Not once downtown have I had a situation. I'm just respectful to everyone. Everyone's respectful to me. It's all great. We're all good with each other. Nicey. That's a nice and nice. Like, I don't, you have a story about every fucking business listed in Yelp. I was going to say the phone book, but I updated it. That's how comedy works. You have everywhere you've been kicked out of, you're banned, you're trespassed, altercations, police reports, drama, fights, people holding you back, people driving you places. Constant injuries, bruises, showing up with new surgeries, stitches. It's like, fuck, what the fuck are you? A comedian or Edward Scissorhands stand-in? You have more fucking stitched up sewn skin on you than Beetlejuice. I didn't think it was fair for you to talk shit about me on your podcast. I didn't know you were going to be doing a show tonight. Imagine at a roast not having some in the chamber for everyone. And this means he couldn't. He couldn't come up with anything. Why even bring this up? Why? Basically, this is posting your L. You're posting your L. I lost a roast battle I wasn't even in, is what you're saying. AJ fucked me over again and made me look stupid. Yep. If someone listening to the show is friends with AJ, please hook us up. I'd really love to get AJ on to hear some stories. And nothing would piss Ty off more. And I got nothing against AJ. Remember, before they had their falling out, I even went to the open mic and said AJ was fucking funny. I said it's on record before the breakup. I don't lie about things. It is or it isn't. Here we go.
You know, like when you were at the band and now you're doing comedy, decide that they don't want to support you anymore, that they don't want to have to carry your weight. You shouldn't get upset about that. You should just understand that the gravy train is over. There's nothing for you to be mad at me about. Like,
the gravy train ended for you.
I gave you the $25 after you decided you weren't going to do the show anymore. So it's not even like you can say
this is the third show he's done about $25 in cash. Where can I send it to have you shut the fuck up about this forever? Post your PayPal.
Owes me $25. You weren't owed that money anyway, but I did give it to you. So bringing me up during your battle, especially when it hasn't been a good battle. If it had been a good battle and everything's popping and everybody's fucking laughing, then you decide to zing me real quick. I could definitely understand that. I'd be like, yeah, that's just part of the show. It fucking was great. Even I had to laugh at it. You think I've never been zinged on a battle before? I judged the roast battle at the Comedy Store.
So now he's giving you his extensive battle experience, his scars, if you will. And he's acting like, you think I don't know roast? I know roast. I've been in plenty of roasts. It's like, and yet you were talking about how unprepared you were. Okay. So you're dumb?
In LA, twice I've judged that roast battle. You think nobody's ever come after me before? Of course they have. But it's always been super hilarious. The other times that I was on the judges panel, though, I'll tell you, it was Sklar Brothers, it was Jeffrey Ross, it was Ian Carmel. I mean, like, I've done the actual roast battle judging. So even having my name mentioned by an open micer like AJ, which is something that I would have said even when we were friends, he's still an open.
And there it is. There's the narcissism coming out. Even having my name mentioned by an open micer like AJ. He views it as tears. Like, this is why it's so sad to see, like, Casper sticking up for this guy. It's like, honey, he doesn't think you're shit. He's using you. I don't look at people like that. You're funny or not. You're new. You're not. Whatever. We're all running our own fucking race. You know, that's insane. I mean, doing that, that's a recipe for early death and biting your nails in bed. Who gives a shit? He does. For AJ to even be talking to me is crazy like that. It's like, what a crazy man. After Ty got Ochabar going, it was game over for the Thursday night open mic scene. Almost 10 people who work Hoover Dam tours are there every Thursday. Yes, it's just an after-hours bar for the Hoover Dam crowd. My friend got a picture with Carrot Top while in Vegas a while ago that looks similar. My friend's a nobody. Let's see what else. He gets triggered when he feels that someone doesn't follow what he feels is a normal social protocol. Yeah, but they never are. They're always like it's super specific, weird shit. He never tells you his rules. Yeah, exactly. He reprimands you for them after the fact and leaves you wondering if you actually did something wrong. Casper will see. I like Casper. He's trying, but it's sad that he can't see it and is attacking me. It's like I'm not after anybody in the scene. So it's crazy.
Miker, that's what it is. Don't bring my name into mediocrity. Like, my name isn't going to save this, and it didn't go over particularly well.
Imagine dragging Ty's name up to mediocrity.
And No, but like he didn't even say it with his chest. It was like he knew that he was gonna get fucking zinged harder for mentioning my name, and you could sense that he was apprehensive. And so everything about you and your presentation was off that night. So don't bring me in or mention me in any way. And that's what led to me and Lex talking. Was Lex came over to me the following day, because that happened on Monday, and the following day, Tuesday, I was there for the open mic only because I was gonna stay home. But then Keith, the owner of Wise Guys, had asked me on Monday when we were talking after the battle roast. He asked me if I was going to show up for the Tuesday. And so, like, me and Keith have a good relationship, so I was like, yeah, I'll show up on Tuesday. And so I showed up on Tuesday to do a set. Lex immediately walks up to me, gives me a handshake, whatever, and like, just wait for a long time, where it's like, I don't like who this guy fucks with, so I don't really know why I say hi to him. And it's only because he's friends with Trez and he works with Chunkless that I've been keeping a cool relationship with him, because I like Trez a lot. I respect Trez a lot. I respect Trez's writing. And
I respect Trez a lot. I respect Trez's writing. Trez is one of the most one-dimensional comedians. Now, look, I've only seen 6 YouTube videos that he's posted. He's tried 3 different looks on stage. None of them have worked. He does a podcast called Think Stopper, where he just rants about being a Trump supporter. And everything the guy does is basic bitch shit. He was, remember back in the pandemic, he was walking through a parking lot with no mask on and taking a video of himself going like, I'm out here in the parking lot, no mask, free breathing, baby. I'm a free breather. It's like, yeah, we all are from the car. You're not supposed to wear a mask in the parking lot, you dunce. Trez Mala, I respect his writing, is one of the craziest statements I've ever heard.
And I feel like when Trez is really able to apply himself to comedy the way that he'll need to at some point, he's going to be a beast and he's going to be unstoppable.
What? When Trez Mala can apply himself like he's going to need to, he's going to be a beast. This guy's approaching 40, if not over it. He's got a wife and kids. That's not a slam. He's got a job giving bus rides to old women and making them chuckle about what they see to their right. So, okay. Well, when his kids graduate college and he's 58, he can finally dedicate the time to What are you talking about? He's going to be a beast. Oh, yeah. It's Chonklets once a week for now. Remember, Trez doesn't even come to the fucking Ocha. Your best bud? The Beast? Only big hitters of the Vegas scene. Yeah, Trez is someone you'd find on YouTube and make fun of in a deep dive. It's so bad. I don't think people understand.
Well, that's a person that's going to be a beast and unstoppable, in my opinion. And when I say he's able to apply himself to comedy the way that he will need to, is because we all know comedy does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of work. And Trez has a couple of kids and he has a wife, and being a father and a husband is very important to him. And I would never hold that against anybody. I'm a single gay man. That's why I'm able to be out in these streets like this. But
that's why I'm able to be in a Thai restaurant once a week. Disrupting. Yeah, what are you disrupting? People's dinners. Able to be out in the streets. You travel once a quarter for comedy. The rest of the time, you're editing shorts for thousands of views. No hits on anything else. And you're running an open mic where you make, I don't know, $3s of dollars a week. And if someone cites you for 25, you will hold a grudge, burn it to the ground. You're a fraudman. Trez is going to be a beast. We're going to have to look that up. Maybe Trez has done some new stuff lately. Think Stopper. We got the website, Trez Mala. Think Stopper podcast, Trez Think Stopper Mala. Let's get the counter off. About. Trez Mala is hilarious with his finding the funny lifestyle. Trez over the years has developed obscure perspective in his observations about life that people take too seriously, and he jokes around too much. Trez thinks that there isn't enough laughing going on in the world, so he set out to find the funny. but to bring it to as many people as possible. Having launched his career off doing improv comedy in Las Vegas and studying under the tutelage of Las Vegas Second City improv classes. Okay. Here we go. Just taking pictures of rain clouds and stuff like simps do. Imagine just taking pictures of rain clouds like monsoon season, it's the rain. It's like fucking every year, man. What else, dog? Trey's Mala, play video.
Right. Oh, what up? What's happening, guys?
Now he's making this on break at the Hoover Dam tour. Okay? Because he's got his lanyard.
Guys, your boy Trez Mala. I'm over here at the Hoover Dam. I'm just doing a little small clip, if you will.
You don't have to tell us what you're doing. If you were shitting into my mouth, you wouldn't have to tell me what. I'm just shitting into your mouth. It's like I'm aware. I'm aware. We know you're doing a clip. We pushed play on it. Catch up, Trez.
Just want to record, get a little something out there. Haven't done anything in a while. No content in a while. Helicopters going over. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I hope my headset's working and all that stuff. This is kind of an impromptu deal, but I just wanted to say hi and all that. And you know, I hope everybody's doing okay out there with this whole election nonsense. And that's what I wanted to talk to you.
So, you know, he comes on, he's like, I haven't done content in a while, so I'm just on here. Whoa, a bus. Whoa, a bird. Hey, a helicopter. Just basic bitch ass shit. Hope everybody's okay with the elections. No, we're all trembling in our seats and making videos about it because we're mental patients about the election. Grow up, nerd. What else we got? LA Comedy Club loves these goons. Ugh. All right, let's go to the YouTube. Let's see the gems. 80 subs. Okay. I Hate Flies, 62 views. So he hasn't uploaded in a year. Since we made fun of him, he hasn't fucking uploaded a thing. He's like, you know what? It is dumb for me to post a video making scrambled eggs. That is stupid. Fuck. Well, yeah, let's find one of his sets 2 years ago. Trey's Mala Uncut.
Family.
Here we go.
All right, next cat coming up. He plays all over town. He's amazing. He actually plays all over the country.
This is 2 years old, 147 views, 2 thumbs ups. Just for the posterity.
He's got a Think Stopper, which is his podcast. Please put
He's got a Think Stopper, which is his pod. Okay.
your hands together for Mr. Trez Mala. Oh, right on. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for coming out. Everybody supporting the show. Give it up for yourselves for making this a thing. John and Ashley over here doing it up. We got the production team happening. That's a good little deal. Bigo, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope everybody's having a fun time out
Go around and ask if everyone's doing good.
there. I didn't know Bigo was a Christian live streaming site, though. I didn't know there were like young Christian warriors on that deal. That was the whole thing. Hey, a lot of people, yeah. There's
Stop calling websites deals, desks deals. She's writing it down on the deal there. We got them sitting here at the deal. I didn't know there are Christian warriors over there on that deal. Is everything a deal to you? Well, one of the geniuses ever. He's going to be a beast. And I'm never wrong about these.
You ever afraid to cuss or do anything
Look, he's got all gray hair, but when he gets the time, he's going to be.
like that? But see, that's why I'm working an angle there. But yeah.
Tell everybody you're working an angle.
I had a little
Some people smoke too much. Shit, is that a dig at me
when I was at the
or a
grocery
reminder?
store, and I just want to say to the
I
single
smoke too
woman
much.
buying the gigantic, stiff, long, firm cucumber, I'm sure you make a great gazpacho. That thing could probably feed a family of 4. It's probably big enough, but yeah, guys.
Let's just break that down. To the woman buying the big, hard, firm cucumber, I bet you're going to make a mean gazpacho. You could feed a family of 4. It's like, okay. When's the joke? And yet he just moves on. So what else is going on? It's like, what's the joke? The way his brain works, he's just one of the greats. You can tell he's going to be a beast. The fuck you talking about?
We're doing. Jeez, I almost cussed right there. Yeah, it's tough for me. I'm over here. I'm processing. The hamster on the wheels running. It's like, don't cuss, don't cuss, don't cuss. You're gonna fall off.
Prove the hamster on the wheels running. Prove it.
Don't cuss, And I cuss a lot. I cuss, and here's one of the things is I work out at the dam. I do tours to Hoover Dam, so now I got to say damn all the time when I'm like cussing at the family. You know what I mean? Because I got kids. Like I walk home and I'm like, "What's up with these damn toys? How do you do your damn homework? Why is the damn dog fed?" Like, you know what I mean? Like I walk around like that. How come I ain't getting no damn head over here? And it's really it's very versatile. I get to work it over here. With my guests and stuff like that, but I deal with the public, and the public, I'm sorry.
How many verbal crutches does this guy have?
You know what I mean? All the time. You know what I mean? Like I'll
hey, click the like button, okay, scoundrels?
We gotta be back at this time, okay? This time we're going. The bus is leaving. We're good. We got things to do.
Subscribe, by the way. Hit the notification bell.
Just to let you know that make sure you're back on time. All I need is 70%, then we can go. Right?
I try to get more subscribers than Trey's Mala has every month. So please.
Drop that on him. And the next thing you know, everybody's just like the first one back, like, all right, we're 70%. And I'm like, you guys just want to leave people. Look at you. You're a bunch of savages. You want to see somebody die out here in the desert, And that's the thing. Living out in the desert, I got to tell everybody all the time, you got to be careful. You live out here, you get bloody noses easy. People are like, what are you talking about? It's so dry and windy out here, your boogers turn to rocks. You know what I mean? Like, and I tell if you ever see
that the deal?
Second knuckle, all right, we're just preventing a bloody nose. Like you don't judge. You know what I mean? Like, don't judge us if you know what I mean until you see us back out of that deal, looking at that thing for nutritional value.
He did say deal, so you see us looking back at that deal, looking at everything's a deal. This guy's gonna be a beast.
And that's just survival. Just saying. You get stuck out there in the desert. You don't need shade. You don't need water. You need salt. All right. That's it. And I'm a firm believer that like your boogers are vaccines. You know what I mean? And I ain't been sick in years. Just want to tell you, I'm pretty damn healthy. My kids too. I give them my kids. Take that right there. You ain't going to the hospital.
This is good, man. This is good.
Right
The
there,
point of
buddy.
view
Don't
is
worry about
just.
it. It's funny too, is here we are, we're getting in, we have this nice weather. The weather's getting better for us in Vegas because we're out of triple digits. We're not in Satan's ass anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, it's funny is we have to have all
This is in February, and he's talking about it not being hot anymore. It stops being hot in like September.
these signs that tell people to not leave their kids in the car, not leave your pets in the car. Here we are, 2019. You know what I mean? Like, how ridiculous is that? And I grew up in the 90s. I mean, I grew up as doing drugs in the 90s, but
What? Are these all bangers, or am I dumb?
I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. You know what I mean? And I don't ever remember somebody dying in the car when we were left in the car. You know what I mean? Like, which leads me to believe that we were just tougher back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of thing. And I had a lady.
He just kind of like mumbles out premises and leaves them unfinished.
One time I was talking about this on the show, and she goes, "Well, that's because you guys back in the day had the crank windows." And I was like, "Well, that's true, but Mom said if we touched anything, she would kill us." So we would sit through that. Like when my mom would go gambling, all right, and we would sit in the car and wait for her to come back out, she would fill it with smoke first. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we did back in the day. We're just stronger back then. We survived.
He started telling a story about how you weren't allowed to touch anything and somehow veered off into his mom filling the car with smoke. What's happening? He's going to be a beast. It's like, this guy's just as fucking disjointed as you. The fact that you're grifting Tim Dillon, Ty, I mean... It makes sense that these two think each other are geniuses, though. You know what I mean? Like, this guy literally does a podcast about how people are sheep and you need to wake up. It's like, ooh. But when he gets enough time.
I'm saying, it's the real deal. It's not the way, like me, when I do it, I fill it up with the good smoke. My mom's filling it with this smoke. I was filling it with that smoke, But...
These aren't jokes.
There was not too long ago, there was a standoff out at Hoover Dam. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a guy that...
No, we weren't on shift.
In the summertime, and he had to stand off with SWAT.
Quick question, was there a standoff? Because you've said it twice.
Everything. And he took an armored truck and he turned it into an RV, right? He had an air conditioning, he had this whole thing all set up, and he told the police that he was there for the Inspector General reports. Remember that was a big thing in the news? I don't know if you remember that like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And he wanted to report.
This is going great.
He was making a political statement. He told the SWAT team that he had ammunition and he had food and water for 21 days. You know what ends up happening? This is life after the Vegas shooting. SWAT, they go up there. They see that there's an air conditioner on the top. It's not guarded or anything. One bullet. Bam! Take that sucker out. That standoff was supposed to last 21 days. Lasted 19 minutes, y'all.
All right, he's earned it, right?
You can call me Nannerpuss, Nannerpuss. And guess what? I love Nannerpuss. You can call me Nannerpuss, Nannerpuss. And guess what? I love Nannerpuss.
He's gonna be. Listen to him talk about that guy you just watched.
It's very important to him, but he does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of work. And Trez has a couple of kids, and he has a wife, and being a father and a husband is very important to him. And I would never hold that against anybody. I'm a single gay man. That's why I'm able to be out in these streets like this. But believe me, as soon as I'm tied down and have a kid, you're going to see a lot less of me. I'm going to be a housewife. But so Trez, I very much do respect. So when it comes to Trez and my relationship with Chanclas, because Megan and Eddie from Chanclas are still good friends of mine, I very much do support Chanclas. So I've always tried to keep it kind of even keel with Lex ever since he's been working with Chanclas. But at a certain point, it gets like I said with Gretchen. When Gretchen was doing the purse shit, I was like, I don't want to be involved with that. I don't want anybody to see me around you. I don't want to be shaking your hand. So that's why I lost it with Gretchen. A very similar situation with what happened with Lex Las Vegas. He comes up to me and he's like, yo, I was seeing your shit on Facebook, like that exchange you had yesterday. And I was like, that wasn't an exchange. That was me just responding really quick. Because I said this thing about AJ, which I'm sure everybody knows.
Imagine responding to people on Facebook. How Ty responds to friends and talks to friends is publicly through podcasts and posts. It's like, he's so broken in the brain, man.
It was about AJ because after the battle roast on Monday night, AJ won the battle, which, like, you can't really call it a win because it was a shitty, and like I said, I still like Trevor a lot, but if he's mad about anything I say right now, then feel free not to talk to me in the future. I don't care about anybody that much. I told you guys.
Wow.
I don't care. I don't care. My jokes don't go over. I don't care. Everybody, I don't care. If you feel any particular way about this, then handle yourself accordingly. Don't hang out with me in the future. Don't talk to me in the future. I don't care. I don't care. We're near in a minute. But, yeah, so it was just a bad roast. Like, it wasn't good. And then AJ did end up winning, and he like posted it on Facebook, something like, somebody screenshot this and send it to Ty Rivera, I still won. And it was just like, you're gloating about a shitty technical win? Okay, and so I posted something about, if you're fat, broken, and untalented, I care as little what comes out of your mouth as you care about what goes into it. And then I was like, but I guess enjoy using your fingers before the diabetes takes them. And I also
hates fat people.
If you have to use the word still won, then I don't think you know what being a winner feels like. Like something like that. I think that might have been it. Even though I have a shitty memory, I'm good at being bitchy. But yeah, so I posted something like that. And then I'll tell you the thing that bothers me again about AJ mentioning me on his shitty page is one, hardly anybody checks his page anyway. And so
he just said it bothered him. You just said you don't care. and then you just slipped and said it bothers you. What is this Copecast?
Sent to me by somebody that I won't mention their name because I don't think they want, but only one person sent it to me. So that tells you how little traffic this gets. Is one person sent it to me. The other day when Ian Rainier was talking about me, phone blowing up. A lot of people like.
That's a good point. Danny Noonan says when you speed him up a time and a half, it makes him sound almost sane. You got to remember he's talking way slower, and this is just edited and chopped to shit.
Las Vegas talked about me, not phone blowing up, but a couple of messages. AJ talks about me, one sad little message. And so this just the screenshot too, not an actual message, just the screenshot. What bothers me about AJ saying screenshot this and send it to Ty Rivera, how about you unblock me, bitch? Like you blocked me and then you try to act like you have to go through a third party to send me a message. If I talk shit about anybody, like when Lex Las Vegas talked shit about me the other day, I shared his post with the shit that I was talking because Lex also buys Instagram.
You block people immediately. This whole thing between you and I started because you argued with yourself while I was outside drinking coffee. I came back in, you'd whipped your gay little ass up into such a fucking frenzy that you unfriended me. I wasn't involved in it. You lost your shit and spiraled. Then you unblocked, then you reblocked. You use it like the VIP list at a gay club you got rejected from when you were young. 19 surgeries ago. 4 55-gallon drums of Botox later. Now, for you to even act, you're a blocky little bitch. You're a clickety little blockety little bitch. So this is nuts. You and Barassa, all you little bitches are like that, by the way. You have a mental problem, so you can't handle being friends with somebody else. I don't give a fuck. I don't unfriend shit. I don't hide shit. I want to know who the nuts are. I don't hide any. I see all of it. I saw Ty's for years. Never commented on it. Never had a problem with it until he brought it to my fucking shit. You came over to my shit, started it, argued with yourself, and left. You're a banana nut, Ty. Okay?
Followers, which is something I noticed a long time ago. Like when you're actually trying to be an influencer, the worst thing you can do is buy followers on any platform because
wow. Hold on, he can't stop. All this stuff is response to me. We just got done calling him out for buying followers. He knows we know. We're watching the numbers tick up. It makes no sense. The likes don't go up. The views don't coordinate. Nothing makes any sense. You're busted on it. We saw it. Like, excuse you? Projecting much? You address all the things. You address stealing. You address all the things you do. We looked at the stats. You were clearly doing that. You were doing that. We watched your numbers tick up dramatically in the past couple weeks. These spikes, you get these weird spikes that coordinate with random views. So 40K on a video you've never achieved in your life. Never will again, It's like, now we know where all AJ's money's gone.
Engagement. That's why there's such a thing as micro-influencers. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term micro-influencers, but micro-influencers will sometimes have less than 10,000 followers. Like say on Instagram, they'll have less than 10,000 followers, but their engagement will be so high because their people are so dialed into their stuff that they're actually worth it for sponsors to get involved with because it's like, yeah, they may only get, say they're getting some kind of really high engagement because a lot of times the rule with social media is you'll get about 10% engagement on what it is your total is, So like that's the way that it tends to work out a lot of times.
So he just read something or learned something and he's trying to like, you know what I mean? He's trying to like pretend like he knows something about influencer shit. He's like, honey, we watch you struggle and try new shit every week. What world does he think the rest of us are in? Him and Denny, like they just like, do you think we're all dumb?
Sometimes it's as low as 5% engagement on, but these are averages, right? And I pay attention because I pay attention. And I don't mean to other people's pages. With Lex, I just happened to notice one day because I was like, wow, he's got 20,000 followers. Like, I was impressed with that number. And then I was looking at his post and I was like, how does this post have only 5 likes? And then I was like, maybe it's a new post. And then I looked at it and I was like, no, this has been up for a couple of days and it only has 5 likes. With 20,000 followers, that doesn't make sense at all. So then, me being the detective that I am, I went ahead and scrolled some shit, and then I was like, yeah, this guy is getting no engagement at all.
The detective that I am. Remember when you accused someone of theft, but you couldn't even tell us what was stolen? What was stolen? The Mona Lisa. Oh, crazy. What is that? Do you have a photo? No. Keep an eye out. Matter of fact, don't even keep an eye out. It's not important. Just know that he stole it. And let's move on. I don't know. I think we need some proof. Like, did you see him with it or something? No mind. I can't even describe it. Let's move on. But it shall be recorded hereforth in perpetuity. He's a joke thief. Mona Lisa thief.
But has 20,000 followers. Well, the other way that it fucks you up is the algorithm knows that you have 20,000 followers and sees that you're getting this low engagement.
Imagine Ty knowing about the algorithm.
Been sent out to before, because what it's signaling to the algorithm is that you're not popular, that people don't really engage with your stuff, that people don't really care about your stuff. So it'd be smarter to keep the amount of fans or friends you actually have on Instagram and build it organically rather than trying to jump the gun. But I've come to realize that Lex is about nothing but shortcuts. That's why he always brings weed out. That's why he's always rolling a blunt, is because he knows that people will want to talk to him, they'll want to smoke with him, and that'll get him opportunities in people's ear. And what I told Lex, just to wrap that up really quick, and what he accused me of gatekeeping over the other day, this is why I say he's truly slow. And I'm not being mean when I say that. I really do feel like Lex Las Vegas is developmentally disabled, because he was saying that, don't listen to old school gatekeepers trying to talk shit or whatever. And it's like, one, I don't have the keys to anything, so it's not like I'm gatekeeping. And two, what I gave you was
such a narcissist. What if it wasn't about you? Patrick posted that he's next to somebody on a bus that smells. Number one, I don't even smell. And number two, I'm not even on a bus right now. It's like, are you okay? Are you okay? I personally have no problem with people manipulating the Facebook, Insta, YouTube system. It's also arbitrary and pulls people's videos, monetization for the stupid fucking reasons anyway. So fuck it. Yeah, I mean, none of it matters, but it's like, it doesn't, you can't fake it forever. So what's the fucking point? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't sustain 40,000 hits, why pay for 40,000 hits on a video? What are you doing? Why pay for a burst of followers or what the fuck ever? Like, why do it? He's convinced us he gets 40,000 hits on a video, gets 40 likes. He gets 300 hits on a video, gets 40 likes. It's like, that's not real then. That's not how numbers work. It can't. It cannot work that way. So you're lying. And now you're posturing about it, which is nuts.
good advice. Like, your name is the only thing that's worth anything in comedy. Like, your name and how you do on stage. So if you're having shitty performances and hanging out with, and when I say shitty performances,
what about your face tattoos? Does that count?
Like, I'm only 6 months in. You're terrible for 6 months in. That's just what it is. Like, if you're 6 months in and you're really grinding instead of trying to get high and
it's 1 a.m. I can't even. I got to be honest. I'm not gonna be able to finish this video. It's not even halfway done, and I'm fading. Like, I gotta tap out of this. It's too much.
Where you're like, yeah, this is not Megan and Eddie, everybody give it up for Megan and Eddie. It's like, your set should not consist of shout outs. Your set should be an actual set. It should be jokes. And this is all, like, everything I'm telling you guys right now, I've said to his face the other night.
It's like he's so daft. He posts videos all the time that break all the rules he says. You should be getting a laugh every 45 seconds. It's like, ugh. You should only be doing jokes, not just fucking around. It's like, all you do is post videos of fucking around. And by the way, I post a lot of videos of fucking around, but I don't go around saying you should never do that. Also, I'm good at it. Miles better than this guy. So what do? Yeah, you're a truck driver. Driving trucks. Okay, whatever. Probably straight. Anyway, for me. It's like, okay.
because I just let it all go. And if you don't believe me, ask Artie Hollingsworth. Artie Hollingsworth was sitting back there. I don't know how much of it he heard, but I saw him at different points checking in on it. And I didn't care because I don't care who heard. Wayne, I apologize to you. I snapped at Wayne a little bit because I was in the middle of talking to Lex, and Wayne came over to say hi, and I was just like, I'm talking right now because I felt like everything I was saying to Lex was very important. Like, I think Lex Las Vegas is everything that's wrong with stand-up in Las Vegas and in any other scene. It's people trying to take...
So hold on, Les Las Vegas is everything wrong with stand-up now? Every week there's somebody that's everything wrong with stand-up. Can you keep up? I can't. I gotta go get a copy of the Candyland board to fucking follow what this guy's talking about.
They want to shortcut it and just completely turn it into, like, let me show how popular I can be. Let me show you how nice of a guy I am. I don't care if people think I'm nice. My thing is, as long as people know that I'm going to kill it in your actual show, that's all I care about. Yeah, I am pleasant. Yeah, I am professional. Yeah, I can be super nice if I like you, but I'm not trying to run my personality or my comedy off of how likable I am. That's not at all a priority or an issue for me. So when I see people like Lex...
It's pretty dumb because that stuff does matter a lot, whether people want to work with you. It's why you're not allowed at Fitzy's shows anymore. Nobody wants you there.
Vegas, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be nice or that if you're a nice person you can't be funny or you can't be good or you can't be a nice person and be funny and be good. But what I'm saying is when your whole personality is you try and be the mayor of Las Vegas and you're trying to tell me basically that you're an influencer, which is one thing that he considers himself, and then I know that you bought 20,000 followers and your engagement isn't there, and you also help promote with back...
It's like, what if I did a video about everybody in Las Vegas who buys followers on Instagram? Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Stop doing videos defending yourself all the time, you nut. It's going to be okay. I'm sorry that your dad's in a chair and soon to be in a coffin. And I'm sorry that your mom's in a wrapped van promoting her baby boy. One day you're going to make it, Ty. Saddest fucking thing I've ever. And from heaven, your sister waving on. Rah, rah. That's my little brother. One day he's going to be a famous comedian and it's going to bring me back. This is very dark and very rude. Guys, I've had a good time with you tonight. We're going to be back hopefully Thursday for our regular muckety muck. Ian is everything wrong with stand-up in Las Vegas. Ocha's exactly the same as the Fun Day shows. 32 comics, no end in sight, no real people. These dudes hate each other. Insane. I don't know. I haven't been to enough of Ian's shows to really comment on it, but the ones I've been to have been... I don't know how they're productive. I'll say that. You know, and I'd love to go support. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I know Adam Dominguez is involved in that. If I'm wrong, if these are, worthy shows, open mics, I'll come out and do spots. I'm looking for good rooms. Is all I'm looking for. But the last one I went to, it was screaming and yelling and it's a party. It's just a party for comics who want friends and to drink. And it's just, I'm trying to get some real honest feedback from audience members that came to see a curated, reasonably length show where people pay attention. But it is hard. It's harder to do than you think. Join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. We got a lot of extra stuff over there. Promo code Bijou, 20% off. Buy something from the old store. I'm going to go cuddle with my dog and watch a movie or something. They are all just people playing pretend in bad. I don't know what that means. It's fine. Like, everybody's playing pretend. You know what I mean? What are we doing? This is life. We got to spend it somehow.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school. On the other side of the ocean. You all come to us young people. For hope. For hope. How dare you? We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money. You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. How dare you? politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight. In sight. You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. I say we will never forgive you.